Doing another little inspection today, and this nuke right here, it's pretty packed out. It's got tons of cat brood. How do this one-handed? I'm going down through here picking up my feeders that have dry sugar in them, and I'm taking them up to my barn and cleaning them out, bringing them back and putting sugar water in them. So these hives are really active today. There's a lot of movement. It's about 70 degrees today, so it's a good bee day, looks like. I found the queen. She's on that frame right there. I've almost learned to do this one-handed. There he goes. But I just want to show this hive because it's just absolutely packed with brood for early as it is in late February. But I've been feeding all these hives dry pollen pretty much all winter, and making sure that they're not running out of reserves is a must, because you can get them built up too much. And if you do feed dry pollen, you better make sure they have, get some of that burr comb off. If you do feed them dry pollen, the population is going to explode early, just as this hive right here did. It's just a nuke box coming out winter, and it looks like it's ready to split already because it's so full. So just a word out there, if you do feed dry pollen early, and what we do, in my previous videos, I was feeding, it's that Man Lake Bee Pro. And there's another brand, I forget what it's called, it's supposed to be a little bit better that Man Lake makes. And they just tore it up early, but now they won't even touch it. And the reason being, I'll show here in a second. So I'm going to do this one-handed again. Now keep in mind, packed hives are supposed to be mean, aren't they? Well, they're all over my hand. No smoke. Look at them. I put an old video up yesterday or the day before of some 10 frames I had, because somebody commented that my hives are so friendly because they're so small and they're only 5 frame nukes. Well, I got a lot of 10 frames too, and I going in the same way. And when I put those videos out, I don't mean for people to go out in bee suits. If that's not what you're comfortable doing, don't do it. You know, I'll be honest, when I started out, I started off with full bee suit, gloves, everything. As the years went on, I learned not to. I didn't need to. But, you know, just depends on your stock of bees. Some are aggressive, some aren't. Some people say, well, they're calm and mild because your hives are small. Well, we have 10 frames too, and we treat them the same way. We don't put a bee suit on when we go through those. But, like I said, it's up to you as an individual. If you're not comfortable, by all means, put a bee suit on. And some people are somewhat allergic and swell to them. Put a bee suit on. The only reason I show this in my hives is showing how gentle stock they are, because a lot of new beekeepers, and this is the reason I do this, a lot of new beekeepers appreciate nice and friendly bees. Now, if you want to go to those same bee yards where they put on a full bee suit because they have to, well, most new beekeepers wouldn't appreciate that too much, I wouldn't think. And it's easier to start off with a stock that's friendly, and they put out as much honey. That's a bunch of bull about nice bees aren't good workers and don't put out honey, but that's just not true. Not true at all. But these stock of bees are really good. I'll come over here where I can see a little bit better I could see tons of pollen coming in there a second ago in a couple of these hives. Not seeing it as much now, but it's coming in, and that's the reason they quit feeding on the pollen, is because it's just like sugar. If there's a heavy flow on and you're feeding, they won't hardly touch your sugar water. So I knew to let up on the pollen because it was just, there was no reason for it. And so now I'm just feeding sugar water and trying to get them built up and trying to make sure, but like I said, keep in mind, if you do feed pollen, make sure you watch the reserves close, pick up on the back of your hive, make sure you got some weight to it. Now it's getting to where, here in the south, at least in Georgia, you can pull some frames out and look and see how much reserves you have. So I'm going down through here with all these hives. I got a little bit of a mess going on here I need to pick up where I haven't got a chance to pick it up yet, but that's where I was trying to clean up. But anyway, this group here, that group, I've already cleaned them out and fed them. So now I'm starting on this one, and I'll start putting the sugar water to them. But I just want to put that out there about the bee pollen. You know, if you put out artificial pollen, make sure you keep them fed good and what your reserves, because you could overpack your hive and then they starve out, and that's a bad thing to happen right in spring, right when you're getting ready to do splits or make honey. You don't want that to happen. Just thought I'd put that out there. Thanks for watching Barnyard Bees.